Back-to-back draws for Dortmund at the top of the Bundesliga, but can their competitors catch them up? We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video, this time looking forward to match day number 22, the 2018-2019 Bundesliga season. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and keep your bang up to date with all things Bundesliga related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all hear under one roof. Now, before we jump into match day number 22, we're going to take a look back at match day number 21 and take a look at it, see how many predictions I got right, and of course, how many I got wrong. Well, kicking off the weekend, it was Mainz up against Leverkusen. Now, Leverkusen started off the season in absolutely horrific form, but they've turned a massive corner now, and they put a benchmark down as well this weekend with a 5-1 win over Mainz, mid-table Mainz as well, away from home. I actually saw this going in favour of Leverkusen, but I only saw just a couple of goals. It's a 2-0 win right there. Hannover up against Nürnberg. Hannover, they need points, they need wins, and they got themselves that with a 2-0 win over Nürnberg. I actually saw this going the other way in favour of Nürnberg, who now dropped to the bottom of the table. 2-1 win. So I got that one wrong, folks. My boys, Mönchengladbach up against Hertha Berlin. I actually predicted a 3-0 win in favour of Mönchengladbach, but it was 3-0, but it went the other way in favour of Hertha Berlin, who now close in to the top 7 spots with that win. So disappointing result for my boys, Mönchengladbach. RB Leipzig, Red Bull Leipzig, or Radensport Leipzig up against Eintracht Frankfurt. 2 teams that could feature in those Champions League spots at the end of the season. End up being a 0-0 draw. I actually saw a couple goals in this one, though. I actually saw it as a 1-1 draw, so not too shabby indeed. And we talked about it at the top of the shop. Dortmund back-to-back draws here. 3-3 up against Hoffenheim. Loads of goals to talk about in this one. I actually saw Dortmund scoring 3 goals in this one, but I didn't expect them to concede 3. So a 3-1 win for me. Freiburg up against Wolfsburg. Ended up being another 3-3 draw. Goals galore as well. So 6 out of 2 games, 6 goals. Crazy over in the Bundesliga. I actually saw this as a 5-goal thriller with a 3-2 win for Wolfsburg. So just one shy. So that's not too bad prediction when you think about it. Bayern up against Schalke. Obviously, Bayern needing to win with Dortmund drawing. And they did that 3-1 win for Bayern. Over Schalke, who have turned it. Well, no, they've not turned a corner. They are struggling. And they could eventually go down. And they've got Champions League football as well. I actually saw this as a 2-0 win for Bayern in the end. Werder Bremen up against Augsburg. And it was a 4-0 spanking for Werder Bremen over Augsburg. I actually saw them winning it 2-1. So I got the correct result, just a little bit shy on the goals. And wrapping it up, Fortuna Düsseldorf up against Stuttgart. A bit of a relegation scrapperoo down the bottom end. Stuttgart hanging in there, but only just. But 3-0 win for Düsseldorf. When I say hanging in there, I mean they're hanging in there in the actual playoff relegation spot. So they're not doomed just yet. I actually saw this in favour of Fortuna Düsseldorf as well. 1-0 winners. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this weekend's action. It will be Augsburg up against Bayern at the top end of the table now. Obviously, Augsburg are in the relegation zone, only winning 1 of the last 6. I don't expect them to win this one as well. I think Bayern will put down a bit of a benchmark for Dortmund. 3-1 win for Bayern in the end. Stuttgart up against Leipzig. Again, difficult one to see anything but a Leipzig win here. Stuttgart in 16th spot. A win for them, though, could see them get out of that relegation playoff spot and push Augsburg in there. But Leipzig themselves have got their own race on the hand. A win for them could close the gap on Mönchengladbach into 3rd spot. But I see Leipzig picking up a 2-0 win over Stuttgart. Wolfsburg up against Mainz. Now Wolfsburg are in 7th spot. A win for them could see them jump into the European spots. Up against Mainz, who are mid-table, 11th spot, and a win for them could see them into the top 10. I see it as a 2-0 win in favour of Wolfsburg at home. Hoffenheim up against Hannover. Hoffenheim in 9th spot again, trying to get into the old European spots, and a win for them could see them into the top 5 as well. Up against Hannover, who are in 17th spot, and a win for them could see them into the move a little bit out of the old drop zone. But I see it as a 1-1 draw. Hannover's form of late, obviously winning the last one. They're away. It's not great though. 1-6 up against Hoffenheim, who have won 1-6 also. So, you know, I can. It's an arguable discussion. Schalke up against Freiburg throughout the whole season. I've picked Schalke and I thought they're better than this, but I don't see it now. I've actually it's going to be a difficult slog for them to mount a serious European challenge, because they are decent, they're good, and they should be better than they are. But they're up against 13th place Freiburg, so 13th up against 14th No real change expected from this game. I see it as a 1-1 draw, so only a point on the board for both sides. Hertha Berlin up against Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen in 10th. Berlin are in 8th, and a win for Berlin again could push them into top 5 depending on what goes on. I do see them coming out on top with a 3-2 win over Werder Bremen. A lot of goals to talk about in that one. Eintracht Frankfurt up against Mönchengladbach. Obviously Frankfurt are in 5th, Mönchengladbach are in 3rd. Difficult one, this one for Gladbach, away from home up against a team that are surprising me again. I didn't expect them to be as high as they were last season. Once again, with a change of manager, they're back up in the thick of things once again. 2-2 draw for me though, 4 goals, plenty to talk about as well. Meanwhile, as we kick into the back end of this fixture list, Bayer Leverkusen up against Fortuna Düsseldorf. Bayer Leverkusen now in 6th spot, only lost 1 in 6 up against Düsseldorf, who have only lost 1 in 6. Difficult one as well, but I'm going to go with home on this one. Bayer Leverkusen with a 2-0 win as well. And wrapping it up is Nürnberg up against the leaders, Dortmund. Nürnberg on bottom, Borussia Dortmund on top. Only one way in this one, folks. 3-1 win for Dortmund. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a good old thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe. It'll keep you bang up to date with all things Bundesliga related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here under one roof. Now, before we go, make sure you drop your own predictions down in the comment section. And I'll see how many you can get right compared to my score, and we'll have a little competition about it. See how many you can get right and wrong. Obviously, this weekend I got over 50% right, around about 60%. You know, the results right. The scorelines might not be right, but the results are right. Anyway, folks, a lot of football this week. Europa League, Champions League as well. Make sure you check out those predictions. They are now live on the old channel. Anyway, I'm going to let you get out of here. Until I see you again, we'll be same time, same place next week. Just remember, no Bundesliga this week. The FA Cup is on. Until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.